I'm a stained glass conservator at York Glaziers Trust. I've been here for 12 years, but previous to that I was working at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, and then previous to that I worked at Norgrove Studios in Worcestershire, where I did also my fellowship, SPAB Fellowship. Fellowship helped me a lot in my career because it made me much more confident to have an opinion. It developed my opinion in lots of ways, obviously because you see so many things. Before that, I would see people in the stained glass business who've been in the trade for a long time, and you are quite in awe of them. But afterwards, I kind of thought, well, they're just further down the line than I am, and I feel like I've moved up a little bit and I've become much more aware of the philosophies that are involved, and I can justify, you know, how to do something or how not to do something, and feel quite secure in that opinion, which I don't think I would have been able to do before. One favourite memory that sticks in my mind is a visit to a row of shops. It just looked like a 70s row of shops, fish and chip shops, covered in scaffold, and we had to turn up with our site boots, hard hat and a torch, and that's all we knew. And the architect spoke to us and he said, just, you know, I'll let you loose and just wander around the building. It was all dilapidated quite badly, and he said just try and find the earliest sort of remnants of the building. So we did, and we came across all sorts of layers in that building. Some wallpaper, I believe from the 18th or 17th century, I can't remember which. Something from the Second World War period, and also we found out that the buildings were actually a medieval row of shops originally, which blew me away. I would never have imagined that. And it really made me realise of all the problems that the architect would have in how to develop that building, whether to cover up certain things or whether to expose certain things, and what sort of thinking process you go through. And that, obviously that thinking process is so relevant to me in my job as a stained glass conservator. We have the same things that we need to discuss. So it did stick in my mind for a long time. To anybody starting on the fellowship or wanting to do the fellowship, I would just say yes, definitely go for it. It makes you a much more independent thinker, it broadens your horizons, and it also makes you aware of other trades. It's very good because you're working side by side or travelling side by side with the scholars as well. You have, you're able to talk with architects and surveyors and swap information, which is really useful.